Good evening, everybody. Right, I don't know how much of this you're going to be able to hear because I've not soundproofed in here yet, so I'll try to speak up. We're going to go for a little bit of a stealth cam tonight. A lot of people struggle with this subject. I think it's more a confidence thing more than anything, because you're usually somewhere where you don't know. You're not on a agreed location, say a farm, a campsite, somewhere like that, so you know you haven't got that safety net of having permission to be there. There's different aspects of it. There's the urban ones where you can be a bit more bold, a bit more cheeky, however you are open to a lot more eyeballs, and them eyeballs equate to more drama usually. If you're in something like a plain van, not too much of an issue. If you're in a motorhome, I'll probably say halfway, and if you're in expedition overland type vehicle, maybe a touch more if your vehicle's not known in that area. My main worry with stuff like this, I've had the police called on me, things like that. They tend to be pretty reasonable, pretty cool with it, because there's not a great deal they can do if you're not damaging anything. The issue that I worry about is more people unbolting things from the vehicle, i.e. waking up and your headlights are gone, or your front bumper's gone, or something like that, which you're unlikely to not hear it. It's just if you open the door and there's 5 guys there tooled up and saying, "Oh, we're taking it," and you're not ringing anyone, that's your kind of thing. Usually when I'm doing something like this, I'll be out with a mate, something like that. You've got each other's back, safety in numbers, it's always a way. So the lighting isn't optimal for filming now, however, this is by far the best time of day to find a spot. The reason being is, if you find a spot midday and then hang around all afternoon, the potential for someone to stumble across what you found, whether it be a dog walker, something like that, a nosy cyclist, what have you, is quite high. And although you're not familiar with that location, they probably walk their dog every day at that time, and you're something new. It raises people's suspicions. We've had it before. Been reported to the police for poaching. Literally parked up cooking some tea, poaching. But people have to make something up to get the police out, don't they? So yeah. So what I'm looking for now, I've got Google Maps running in the background. The reason I do that is as I'm driving along, I can scan over. Like now, I can see I'm running parallel on that side to a river. So what I'm doing, I'm looking, in fact I'm looking for anywhere there's a gravel track, a farm entrance, anything like that, where I can tuck in and just scope out up and down the river, because I want to park next to some water tonight. And there's a motorhome right next to me. So I'm going to park up here, I'm going to have a brew, hopefully this fella comes out and see if he gets any aggro here, because this isn't the spot I was going to choose. However, if there's already someone here, happy days. Right, so found this little pull-in, and it is right on a lock. So I'm assuming this is somewhere where you'd pull up. If you've got, you know, a narrowboat, something like that, you're going to bring your car up, you can stock up with your shopping bits and pieces, go out to work, whatever you need to do. Lovely spot. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to hang around here 10 minutes, 15 minutes or something, and there's already another motorhome here. So I'm wondering if this is a not a bad little park up. I don't know if the gates get locked. There's no signage or anything, but I don't know, I'm going to put this on the little list of places that's possible, and what I'm going to do, I've got about another half hour, 40 minutes of light, and I've got another little spot. What I'm doing, I'm checking my Google Maps at the minute just to see if there's any other tracks, farm tracks, anything around here that come up to the water's edge, like this really. So one thing I've really learnt by doing this is when you pull up in a spot and you like it, don't automatically assume that that is your spot for the night. What we've done this in the past. We did this in Scotland, and you pull up in a spot and go, this is awesome. Then the next morning you set off driving, and literally half a mile down the road there's a 10 times better spot. So I like this spot, I'm comfortable with this spot, it's a nice spot, but I'm going to carry on looking. I've dropped a pin on my map, so either I don't find anything, come back here, or I find somewhere else, get some aggro and come back here. You always want little fallback points, you know, they're just handy to have. I like it anyway. So right, lights going down, we're going to carry on a little bit more. Perfect example. So I'm going to kill the lights now. I've managed to find a spot next to the canal, and then, again, it's another place where you can park up, walk up some stairs, and you can go walk your dog or what have you. Ooh, looked on the map and there's a little bit of a lane that goes round. And I've just found another set of stairs. Wherever there's stairs, I'm assuming there's access. Right, so it's definitely getting towards last light. Found this little park up here where there's some stairs that go up to the canal. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go up there, I'm going to have a mooch about, and I'm going to see if we can get a little bit further up the bank anywhere and get right on the water. If not, I'm tempted to go back to that first spot. So from where I am here, there used to be a gate that looks like it's been cut off at some point, quite a long time ago. It's rusty. There are no signs anywhere saying that you can't be here, that you can't stop here, nothing. But I am looking down there. I'm just trying to work out what that, where are we? What that thing is there. I can't tell if that's a car or just something piled up. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to stop, observe, can't tell if there's some lights. Yeah, I'm just going to observe, just wait to see what happens, wait till it gets a little bit darker, and then take a mooch down there, I think. Yeah, so the spot that I wanted, 100%, there's movement down there. And this is the difference between urban and kind of country stealth camping, because in urban, it doesn't really matter if there's someone mooching about. It doesn't really matter if there's someone like parking up, moving around, that kind of thing. However, in the countryside, when you're miles down lanes, then you go off the beaten track to where gates have been removed and you're looking at a park up, then it's safe to say either one, they're meant to be there and you're not, or two, you're not meant to be there and neither are they. So that's the potential drama. Not saying they're up to no good, but what's the chances? So it might just be that they've been out fishing and they're loading the vehicle up and that's their little park up where they go fishing. Ooh, luckily, we've got some lights. This bloody low light camera, it's actually getting quite dark outside now, but this phone with the low light setting's awesome. So yeah, 100% where that is down there is lights. Is it a smart car or is it some cheap little car where some kids are going out banging a girlfriend? It was a black S-Class Merc, tinted windows rolled down to early 20s lads. Stereotype. So there we go. That spot, I would have liked to be in the other spot. Got to the end of that lane and there was another car parked up there where the S-Class was parked. Common sense says, I've eyeballed them, they've eyeballed me. Pigeonholing, but young lads that drive a pimped out S-Class, they didn't get that from being an accountant and then hiding down lanes, looking at the haircut, looking at the clothes, looking at the vehicle, stuff like that. I don't need them going back, talking to their mates that they've seen a heavily modified Defender parked in the arse end of nowhere. It's not worth the ag. So what I've done, I've come back to my first point. I like this one anyway because I can get right on the water. It's just a bit more populated. We'll go populated. It's built up, there's brick, there's concrete, there's things like that. There is the sound of the lock, water running down and stuff, which is beaut, but I don't know, I would rather have been over there. I might go for my breakfast over there. If I get any ag here, then I'll have to fall back to that one, but we'll see how it goes. So, as spots go, it'd have been nicer to be in the trees, just because it's what I like, but there is someone in the little tower over there and his car parked outside. I would have thought if he'd avoided the issue, he would have moved the motorhome on, so I'm assuming it's cool. But I tell you what, this is actually a nice spot to cook some breakfast and stuff, because I am literally 6 foot from the water. So here we are, Planet Boredom. It's 10:15, so I kind of made a point of staying low light, just having my brew, sat at my door till about 10ish. The reason I picked 10 o'clock is I thought if someone's going to mooch around, come and lock gates, if the guy up in the tower or something is going to come down and say, what are you doing? I figured 10 o'clock was kind of be, you know, the time. It's gone past that now, so what I'm doing, I'm just catching up this week's video. Thank you to everybody that likes and comments and stuff. It boosts the analytics. There's the bit of interaction. It's good to get a bit of feedback off people as well. You know, any questions, put it down there, and I'll see if I can answer them. And yeah, if you want to see more of this stuff, I'm going to do a more urban one. I'm going to do a more urban one. Probably industrial estates, shops, that kind of thing. And then as well as that, if you fancy it, if it's something that you're interested in, this is stealth camping. It's not really stealth camping, but people call it. That's the buzzword, isn't it? I mean, to me, stealth camping is covering all your lights up, cam nets, like proper hiding your vehicle. Let me know if you want to see that, because there's a couple of people that might play the game with that. We'll get the vehicles out, we'll take them out into the woods, cam them all up and stuff, and do a proper little stealth camp. I don't know, is it something that you're interested in? Do you want to see the more urban? As well as that, as you've seen, I've got the Range Rover build on the go for the overland vehicle, so I might even do a bit of car camping, because we can get that a lot more places than I can get this, because this is like a frigging sore thumb, this thing. I mean, even just driving down here, as I drove through a few of the villages and stuff, people are just stopping and gawping and stuff, and you're just like, you know they're going to be on the blower to someone and saying, oh, have you seen that driving round? But yeah, happy days. Drove down here, drove lovely, drove absolutely lovely. The only issue I seem to be having at the minute is when I get on the motorway and you've got that prolonged speed, it gets up in the higher temperatures. Spoke to Damo about it and he says, right, need to sort out reconnecting my snorkel, so we've got the cold air feed into the engine bay, because it seems to be as soon as the engine gets warm, I lose power. So what he said is, your engine's creating heat, you're sucking in warm air, which creates more heat. So he's got a point on that. Also, the silicone hoses I got for me, my boost pipes, the crap, I'm really disappointed. Brand new silicone hoses, and they're just piss thin, so I'm not impressed with them at all. So he says change them. He says because you could be bleeding boost out of that. And then as well as that, my cowl that goes over me viscous fan. I've had electric fans in the past. They work great when, if it's a show pony, they work great. Because I like to do the water crossings and stuff, I found that the ex-engineering little thermostat in the pipe, it all corroded up and it didn't kick in when it needed to, and it got hot one year. So I sacked that off and went, do you know what, Land Rover don't do bad, I'll put the Land Rover viscous fan back on. So now that I've gone to from a 200 to a 300, because it's better lump in my opinion, I need to get a cowl in and put that round, because it's alright the fan spinning, but it's not sucking air through the radiator, which it needs to do. As well as that, it might also be that the grill that I've got hasn't got enough gaps to let enough airflow through. It's a few different things, but it's teething problems. I don't drive this anywhere near as much as what I should. If I did drive it more, I'd have probably got rid of all these teething issues by now, but it is what it is. Demo helps me out no end, but as well as that, he's got his own stuff to do, so I don't like blagging him too much. So yeah, it'd be nice to get them little bits done, and yeah, go a little bit further afield, because I'm a paranoid nutter at the best of times. I'm going down the road and it's going, does that feel right? Does that sound right? Land Rover owners will get this. I need to just buy a Toyota, don't I? Good morning. It's about 5 o'clock. Left the window open a crack, so I wanted to be. I sleep quite heavy once I actually get to sleep. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to have a quick walk around the vehicle, make sure everything's alright, get a couple of pictures, probably have another hour. Oh, really. It's actually quite chilly this morning. It's really, really nice there. In fact, do you want to have a look at this lock? Let's make a brew and have a walk around the lock. Tell you what, if you still watch, thanks again, Brewing Prepper. These have turned out to be really, really good little tubs. Something tells me my fridge was set too low last night, or it was quite cold. think it's about time I got the canoe out. I didn't get it over COVID. I need to get it out in the next month or so. I know Stu's on about doing her coming up, and I think Damo's got a canoe too, so he'll jump in one, we'll jump in the other, and I checked out a couple of little rivers near me so we can drop it in, paddle for the day, and I've got a spot where I can leave the landing, so I can kind of, you know, go to camp there. But by doing that, there's a few little woodlands, tree lines, that kind of thing on the way past, so we can recce them, and if they turn out alright, we can do the trip again and stop in the woods. But this is a right spot. Not the longest night's sleep, and I could have done what they're doing over there and just slept in, but that first light, you've got to love that first light, haven't you? Mr. Lockman's up out and early. It's 5:30 and he's already mooching. Must be going for his breakfast. Right, it's coming up 7 o'clock, so I think it's time to get something to eat now and make a move. Oh. The second I sit down to eat. Stu got me onto this. I always had either porridge or fry-ups, and he got me onto the duck eggs, smoked salmon, and a croissant. There was no croissants in the shop last night, so bagels it is. Before anybody says, I like my scrambled eggs runny. It's the only way. Winner. So I know you're going to be like, where's this spot? Where's this spot? I'm not going to tell you where it is. Reason being, there's quite a few spots that I used to go to. And it's all right if you turn up last night and you, like now, I'm going to be gone by 7:30, 7:45, something like that. There's one that I wanted to go to for a while. Is it Hutter's Car Terrace, something like that? So I always look ahead, research it. You know, you don't want to travel all the way out somewhere and find out you can't stop. So, like I say, I look for multiple options. And now, I think there's barriers on, there's time restrictions, you get fines. And it's all because people have gone down in the camper vans and took the piss, basically. Got too comfortable with it. You read all the things from the local council, all the comments on it and that, and it's like, oh, it's always full of motorhomes and camper vans. They park across 5 bays with their awnings out. There's no room for anybody to park up and walk the dogs. And do you know what? They've got a point. There's too many people out there that just absolutely take the piss. And it's bad. And like the van life community, I feel bad for the people that actually genuinely want to do it. Not make an impact, go places and all that lot, but there's far too many that think they're owed something and just think they can just take over a spot and it's a van life spot and just ruins it. Yeah, so unfortunately it's a bit mangy, but this is a nice little park up within half an hour of my house, so I don't want to come back here next time and there'll be signs on the gate saying no motor caravans, no overnight parking, height barriers and all the rest of it. Because although I know the majority of you that watch this are going to have your big boy brains on and get it, there's other people that just go, opportunity, I can take the piss there. And what they'll end up doing, they'll end up coming down here every single weekend or however many nights and just practically living here to the point where the council just goes, or the River Trust goes, no, you're taking the piss, this isn't your spot. Like with the green laning years ago, local to me, on the Peak District, used to be loads of green lanes. When I used to run TD5 double cabs like 15 years ago and do all the green laning constantly. And then all that happened in days. People took the piss, they brought the challenge trucks, they started tearing the lanes up a bit, and it gave ammunition to the walkers and everybody just to say, look, these people are aggro, they tie you all with one brush, and then it's just closed to everybody but cyclists and walkers, isn't it? unfortunately, there's a lot of people that can't see past their own little bit of fun. And the worst bit is, these are the same people that'll do this, absolutely abuse a spot till it gets closed, and just move to the next one. At the same time whining that they're persecuted. I don't get what the hard on is with all these solo overnights and all the rest of it. I don't know whether it's because people are too scared to do it themselves so they watch it on YouTube, or they actually like being on their own, but I get bored on my own. Oh, another one from Stu's recipe book. Well done, Stu. I tweaked it a bit. Chicken, eggs and bagels, and it still worked. And if you're not urban foraging and taking McDonald's little sachets of pepper, we can't be friends. I tell you what, it's really hard not to chuck a line in there and do a bit of fishing. But I have work to do today. We've got, I reckon, 20 more minutes and I'm going to head back because I've got odds and sods to do today. If you haven't already, check out previous camp videos and we've got a few builds coming up, so hit that subscribe, and for those that haven't already, if you can hit that like and comment and drop us your opinion where you think I should stealth camp next, or whether you think I should do an avert camp, or what you want to say, let us know. I think the only thing coming up in the calendar real soon is Billy and Off-Road Show. They've sent me an invite over there to film again, which is always nice, so yeah, check it out. I'll probably take this around the off-road course this year, and happy days. Right, let's do a bit of washing up. Right, so there we go. Nice little spot. I'll put it on the list. If you've enjoyed this, be sure to do the usual. Share it in a relevant group if it's of any interest to you. Suggestions on a postcard for anywhere else I can go in the Yorkshire, North Lincolnshire area. It's much appreciated. And yeah, stand by for the next one. Everyone stay safe, and I'll see you again. Goodbye.